Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to share with you my everyday makeup drawer for August. And in these videos, I like to go through my makeup collection, pick out products that I either have forgotten about, old favorites, products I haven't used in a while, or also new releases that I want to be testing out throughout the month, and then put them aside in a drawer so I could use them throughout the month and let you guys know my thoughts about them by the end of the month. So if you guys are interested in picking out all those products with me for the month of August, then just keep on watching. So just to recap the products that were in my everyday makeup drawer for July, actually a lot of these products were in my July beauty favorites, which is a really great thing. And some of them I could have put in my favorites, but they were favorites in previous months, so I didn't add them in. One of those products was definitely the Hourglass foundation stick. I used to love this stuff. I put it away for like 6 months and then I rediscovered it in my drawer for this month and I absolutely love it again. I feel like when the weather was like changing between winter and spring, I wasn't really into it anymore, but I feel like now I'm definitely going to be using it a lot for the fall especially. But even over the summer, it wasn't like oily or anything. I just really love the finish and it is more full coverage, so I definitely still love this foundation. I still like the L'Oreal Pro Glow foundation, but especially when it's super hot, it is a bit oily, so I do like it. I liked it a lot over the spring, but this past month I couldn't wear it too much because it is just like too dewy when it's like 95 degrees out. So I still like it, but definitely not for like super hot weather. And the Milk Blur stick I wore all the time, as well as the Maybelline Fit Me concealer. These two primers I didn't really wear this month. I'm actually going to declutter this Maybelline one because I think I've had it for like 2.5 years. It's almost empty anyway, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and declutter it because I don't think I've really worn it this year and I don't think I'm going to wear it in the future. So I'm going to declutter this one, but I'm hanging on to this one. I just didn't wear it this month because it's more of a pore filling primer and I just prefer something lightweight like the Milk Blur stick. I still like it, but it's something I prefer for like the fall or winter. I did videos on the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette, which was in my monthly favorites. I absolutely love this palette. The Morphe 350. I didn't wear that one too much because I was just really into the Jaclyn Hill palette. I did a tutorial with the Kylie palette, and I actually have this in an upcoming giveaway too. And then the Sculpting palette by Kevyn Aucoin. This was like one of my #1 favorites this month. This is a gorgeous palette. I didn't really play with the eyeshadows, but the contour colors and the highlighters are absolutely stunning. So I definitely recommend that. That was in my favorites for this month. I also absolutely loved the anti-aging primer by Jouer. That was in my monthly favorites. And also the Makeup Geek highlighter in Luster. I adore this highlighter. It's gorgeous. I've been wearing it pretty much non-stop all month. And also this Natural Glow Stick by e.l.f. This is a really great little highlighter stick for like your Cupid's bow or your chin. It's super creamy, super lightweight. I don't think I put this in my favorites, but it was definitely something I used a lot this month and I'm going to use in an upcoming video because it just dries down really nice. It's like a powdery finish and it just goes on really flawlessly, so I highly recommend that too. Everything else I was kind of just like in the middle with. Nothing else really stood out to me, but a lot of the products in here, if you guys watched my favorites video, like half of the drawer was in my favorites video basically. So I'm going to clear this out and get into picking out products for August. Alright, so starting off with my foundations and concealers, there's actually a couple things that I know I'm going to use a lot this month and I've already started using a bit. One is from Bare Minerals. They just sent over a new foundation and primer that I've been wearing all week and I'm going to do a review of this. I think it's going to be my next video. So this is the primer they sent over. It's called Good Hydrations. So I'm going to set this aside to do that review, but I think that's going to be probably my next video. But just giving you guys a heads up, it's absolutely awesome. And where's the foundation? I'm not sure if I put it in here. And then the foundation was just on my vanity, but you guys are going to see a review of this very soon. It's a really awesome foundation so far. And then I actually got this little primer sample that I've been wanting to test out. This is from First Aid Beauty. It's a coconut primer, and you guys know like I love the Too Faced Hangover X, and I love anything that's like extra coconut-y. So I really want to use this up throughout the month. I've used it I think just once so far. It was like the day I got it, so I honestly can't remember what my opinion was the first day that I used it, but I definitely want to try this out with different foundations this month. I'm also going to use the Primerizer from Smashbox. I've been loving this so far, and I feel like I rotate through my primers so often, so I want to switch things up with primers with the new ones that I have right now. And I already did a review video on this. This stuff is awesome for dry skin. I highly recommend it. So I'll leave my review for this down below. I highly recommend it, especially if you have dry skin. It's a really awesome primer, so I'm definitely going to keep using it throughout the month. I'm also going to pull out the Tarte Stick Foundation. I love this foundation, but once I restocked on the Anastasia Stick Foundation, I just started using that like every day again. So I'm going to use the Tarte one again. I feel like it was buried in this drawer, so I definitely want to use this one more throughout the month to like vary things with the Anastasia one, because I go through this foundation so quickly, so I definitely don't need to use it every day. And then I have actually a new concealer. This is from Kevyn Aucoin. I've used it once already. It's more of a full coverage concealer, and I used it with a corrector that they sent over as well. They did send me this concealer to try out, so I want to use it more and use it in like upcoming tutorials and stuff and let you guys know like my full thoughts on it. And also Pixi sent over this primer, or this powder. I've used it once so far. It actually like exploded on me because there's like this weird puff inside, and I think I'm actually going to use it in an upcoming Get Ready With Me. And when I used it, I didn't have any like flashback or anything. It's a translucent powder, so I'm going to play with this more throughout the month because you guys know I'm kind of picky with my translucent powders. I'm very particular about just like my everyday e.l.f. powder, my Maybelline powder, my RCMA, so I want to test out more. And also this Rimmel powder. I've used it a couple times so far, but especially now that it is really hot. It's like 90 degrees today, so I'm definitely going to use this out more because it's a mattifying powder, and I don't find that it's like super drying like the Stay Matte powder. I actually like this a bit more. And then my Urban Decay Naked Concealer is almost used up, so I just need to go ahead and use it up and finish it this month so I don't have like almost used up products in my drawer that like really annoys me sometimes. So I want to go ahead and use it up. I think there probably is like a good solid week out of this tube, maybe less. So I just hate having like 1 or 2 or 3 uses in a product and just have it sitting in my drawer, so I definitely need to use that up because I actually really like that concealer. Alright, so that is everything for this drawer. Moving on to bronzers, blushes, highlighters. And you guys know with my blushes, literally this is the only one I use, this one or my e.l.f. one, because I'm just so picky about my blushes. But I do want to pick maybe 1 or 2 blushes out for the month. I honestly don't even have too many blushes because of that reason, that I just like my very specific shades. So let me go through them really quickly, and if I don't find one that I really want to use in here, then I might just pick one out from a face palette. I'm just gonna go ahead and pull out this little compact that Soap & Glory sent over. I think it's like a highlighter that can be a blush. Let me show you guys. So it's like a very light blush, but it's also kind of sheer. So I haven't played with it too much. I've just honestly just swatched it. So let me see how I like it, because I feel like that's super fair. I'm not sure if that's going to work out for me, so I definitely need to like test it out more and not just have it sitting there. So that's what I'm going to pick out for the blushes, but I'll try to find like a face palette that I could probably get another blush from. And I see a couple blushes back there that like made their way into my cream highlighter section, but they're just going to live there for now because things are just getting really out of control in this drawer. But I also got this new foundation stick / contour stick by Smashbox. They sent over a couple different shades. The foundations that they sent over were a bit too dark, but I could use this to contour. I've used it once already, and I need to play with it more and maybe use it in upcoming tutorials too, so I can let you guys know how I'm liking it. The first time I used it, it actually worked really nicely. It was a little bit deeper for my skin tone, the shade that I have, but it still blended out like really easily and everything. Then I was actually playing with this bronzer earlier this week, and I forgot how much I liked it. This is the Buxom Bronzer in Tahini. It's a very warm, shimmery bronzer, but it's also kind of olivey. It's not like too red or anything. I used to really love this when it first came out, but it's kind of just been in my drawer for a really long time, so definitely going to use it again this month because I feel like once I like remember my old favorites, I just start using them a ton. So that might be it for bronzer. Yeah, because I use my Marc Jacobs one all the time. I use my Too Faced, my Butter Bronzer all the time. This needs to go back here. But that might just be it because, Yeah, I think I've rotated a couple of them recently. Then for highlighters, I do rotate them a bit. I use my Jouer ones like on a daily basis, but specifically for like tutorials and stuff, I rotate them and I try to make sure I'm using like different highlighters for different makeup looks. I have not played with this one in a while. This is Ofra Beverly Hills, I believe. Yeah, the Beverly Hills highlighter. Ofra has such pigmented highlighters, and I love this one in Blissful. I use this one all the time, especially for more dramatic looks, but I haven't played with this one in a really long time, so let me try this out because I feel like you could definitely manipulate it to be whatever shade you want it to be since it is a color wheel. So I think that's going to be everything for this drawer. I do want to pull out some like face palettes, so I'm not going to pull out too many singles from this drawer. Next, moving into my mascaras, eyeliners, and everything. And believe it or not, guys, I actually like organized this drawer for this video. It probably looks like a hot mess, but all the eyeliners are color coordinated. The brow products are separated by like pomades and gels and everything. So it's at least organized to me. But one thing I have not really tried out yet is this Soap & Glory Thick and Fast Mascara. I've used it once to just like, and literally I was only wearing mascara that day, so that wasn't an accurate representation of how I would use this. It was just like a quick mascara to like go work out. But let me try this out for the month because I liked the day that I used it, but I haven't tried it out with like a full makeup look yet. And then when I was cleaning out this drawer, I realized how much I wanted to use this blue eyeliner by L'Oreal, or actually Maybelline, sorry. I wanted to use this eyeliner because I really want to do like a blue eyeshadow look in the next like couple weeks. So I'll definitely pull this out to use that at least one day. I want to play with like more blue this month. That's what I've been kind of into right now. And then I think the last thing I'm going to pick from this drawer is this Winky Lux eyebrow pencil. I think it's called the Unibrow pencil. I've used this like 2 or 3 times and I've really liked it. So I want to use it more and see how I like it over the course of a couple days compared to like my Brow Wiz or my Precisely My Brow by Benefit. I also want to play with this shimmer shadow by City Color. I got this in my Ipsy bag, I think in June. And it was just so beautifully pigmented, and I haven't been able to use it yet because there were so many palettes released in the past month that I wanted to do a lot of looks and tutorials with. So now I can play with some of my older palettes and singles and stuff since there's kind of like a lull in new makeup releases right now. So I just think that is gorgeous. Might actually use that tomorrow. You might actually see it when I film my intro of this video. Maybe I'll do that. But this is a gorgeous like everyday lid color, so I'm definitely gonna play with that. So moving into eyeshadow palettes, and I feel like I've gotten so many palettes in the past like 6 weeks, and I haven't really gotten to play with like my older palettes in a while. So I'm gonna pick out maybe a couple ones I haven't used in a few months, but also Urban Decay just sent me the Naked Heat palette, and I definitely want to do a get ready with me using this palette. I've used it already. I filmed an Instagram tutorial you guys will see soon with this palette, and I really like it. I'll talk about it more in that video because I feel like there's definitely pros and cons that I'll definitely talk about. So I'm going to use this palette. I'm so excited to film with it because I really wanted it, but there were so many palettes coming out at once that I needed to prioritize which ones to buy. But anyways, I'm just so excited to show you guys that palette in an upcoming video. Then also the Makeup Geek palette. I feel like this is such a perfect everyday palette. I did a review of this. I did get this from Makeup Geek. It is a pricier palette. I could definitely let you know that it is pricier, but it's a beautiful palette. Like the formula is absolutely amazing. It's a very neutral everyday palette. If you can get past the price, I definitely recommend it because the formula is awesome. They are gorgeous shades. I didn't get to use it in July at all because so many palettes were releasing, but I loved it in June, and I wanted to use it more basically this summer, but because so many palettes were releasing, I didn't get to use it as much. I think you guys get what I'm trying to say. So that's going to be everything from this palette drawer. I'm going into the second palette drawer because I'm thinking I want to use a certain palette for a blue eyeshadow tutorial. Alright, getting into my last palette drawer, and I feel like I never really touched these palettes. And there's not that many in here, some bigger ones, and I actually use my ColourPop ones all the time, the Shadow Couture by Anastasia all the time, but this one is the one that I want to use that I haven't used since before I was married, honestly. Like, probably I haven't used it in a year and a half, and I bought this palette 3 years ago. It's my second high-end palette I ever purchased, and it was because I wanted to wear this shade on my lid to the Demi Lovato concert in 2014, and I'm finally going to create that look. I think I did wear it, but it was when I was just getting into makeup, so it was just like too much too soon for me. But I want to do a look with this shade and maybe like one of these or the silver, kind of what I did with the Kylie holiday palette months ago, like almost a year ago at this point, or like 7 or 8 months ago. But I'm gonna do something that's like silver and blue and smoky, basically because the Subculture palette, I wasn't able to do the looks that I wanted to with that palette. I want to use this one to get those similar like cool tone looks. Alright, so for my face palette drawer, I actually was looking at this earlier today because I did want to start using this again. The Anastasia Nicole Guerrero Glow Kit. I didn't really pick this up too much this summer because it is a more dramatic highlighter kit. And I think because the Makeup Geek Luster highlighter that I was talking about recently, that's more of like a pinky purpley tone, that shade just looks so good on my skin tone. And I don't think I use these too much on my cheeks. I really use like these shades and a little bit of this one. So I'm going to play with these more and see how I like that look. So I think I'm definitely going to like this palette for this month. I did like it originally, but I wanted it for more dramatic looks, and I feel like I could still get wearable highlighter looks with this palette. I just need to be, I guess, more open-minded about my highlighter selection. So that will definitely take me a little bit out of my comfort zone with my highlighters. Alright, so believe it or not, I'm actually going to put the Benefit Cheekathon palette in my everyday makeup drawer. And if you guys have been following my channel for a while, basically I just use this palette every single day for over a year for my blushes. And that's why I think it's funny that I'm putting it in my everyday makeup drawer. Like, I've always been super ride or die for the shade Dallas, and I still absolutely love this shade. It's still my favorite blush, but kind of make myself not use it because I've overused it so much. And also Rockachore. I just love all the shades in here, so I definitely am going to use this month for sure. I'm going to be really happy using it. Alright, so lastly, some lip products, and all of these are just shoved in here, and I'm actually going to play with, or plan on getting some new storage within the month. I really hope I can, but until then, I'm just going to dig through here, and there's actually a couple products that I really want to play with more this month, and definitely the Pop Beauty liquid lipsticks. I've worn them before, but they were very like fall colors, so I didn't get to use them too often. Here's the other one I have, and there's one more, I think. Well, let me just use these two. This is Bare Lush and Permanent Pout. I actually like the formula, and they do taste like Coca-Cola when you apply them, and I actually really love Coca-Cola, so I wanted to wear these more because they are darker. I haven't been able to play with them too much. Oh, this lipstick I got from Kaplan MD. It's a newer lipstick, and it's the shade Santa Monica. I love this lip color. It's like a beautiful nude. I've been wearing it a lot in the past like week or so, so I'm gonna pull this out because this is like a really awesome everyday color. I think it's like a new release from them. It's called the Perfect Pout in Santa Monica. They have a couple different shades, but that's the one I wanted because it's like my favorite like city or part of LA. And then let's see, there's a couple other products. Oh, this is a new lip gloss I got from Anastasia. I got it as like a Sephora perk. It's in the shade Sepia. I haven't actually worn it yet, so I definitely want to try it out for the month. I'm trying to pick a couple more like fall vampy shades. What is this one? This is one from ELF. This is a matte lipstick in the shade Wine Tour. I haven't tried it out yet, so I definitely want to try this one out too. And I think that might be it because I know that there's going to be some new lip products that I'm going to be receiving really soon that I could test out and also do some lip swatch videos. I have some Smashbox liquid lipsticks that I need to test out and share with you guys soon too. So that's going to be everything for this drawer. Alright guys, so this is everything for my everyday makeup drawer for August. It's hard to say August. I feel like it's still July right now, but this is everything in my drawer for August. A lot of new products that I'm really excited to share with you guys, especially the Bare Minerals products, the Naked Heat palette, just a lot of things that I'm I'm excited to share in upcoming tutorials and stuff, and a lot of like fall colors with my lip colors and stuff I'm really excited for. So that is what I'm going to be wearing for the month. Definitely let me know what you guys are loving right now or what you plan on using in August, and definitely let me know if you have any questions about any of the products that I picked out for this month. So I hope you guys enjoyed seeing what's in my everyday makeup drawer for August. Definitely let me know what you're going to be using for this month in the comments down below. And if you guys like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I'll talk to you guys soon in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.